Jesus Christ. Why we just looking at each other in the lobby?
Welcome to the Ramen Bowl, where every week there's a new flavor of the week, and this week's flavor is sugary sweet because we have Sucre. Hi, Suki.
Hi,
This is
viewers.
my sister, my best friend, my confidant, and also my lifesaver for quite some time. I love you, and I'm so excited
I
to
love
have
you
you on.
too. I'm glad you've invited me here and get
Yeah,
to the nitty
so
gritty of all the things.
yes. I'm excited to find out about your favorite lady. Is it Genshin? Is it Genshin?
I actually, okay, so when I was originally going to do three, I was like, I could only pick out, oh shoot, I guess I could have done three once I figured out, like, Jesus. So I do the three.
I mean, you can take three.
All right, fine, because I know that was originally like, the whole thing, and then, life gets in the way. So
Yeah,
yes, I will pick one from Genshin then. Two from
beautiful.
anime, one from anime. Anybody who does not know me, which most people do not know me, I'm a Genshin fiend. I just hit AR 57 finally. Like, I love Genshin. The story is amazing. The lore, all the theories, it's fun. The characters are
They have
cute.
some extensive lore. I mean, books.
Yes, there's in-game books about history. Like, it's a lot. I mean, granted, I don't read regular books anymore, so I let people on YouTube do that, and I listen. Any
We love
other
that.
time, I'm not doing. Any other time, I'm not doing an audiobook though. I don't know. I can't get into them when they're like long. But okay,
Yeah.
back to the task at hand. I'm sorry, I have ADHD. So the one of the first, I guess, best girl I'm gonna talk about is Noelle from Genshin. Um, and so basically, she is a knights in training for the Knights of Dragonia. She's one of the first characters, not one of the first, but one of the characters in the First Nation that we encounter in Genshin. Um, she's a knight in training, but she's also a maid. So she's cleaning stuff. She cleans people's rooms in like the Knights of Ponies with it. And the thing is, so in Genshin, or maybe in general, the rose is the symbol of secrets. So she's able to keep a secret. So I bet she knows all the tea. And she's just so sweet. Like, she does so much. Like, she's wanted to be a knight, so she's always practicing and training. She's always doing her maid duties. Like, she's
Hmm.
just like all right. She's just good girl, best girl. She's the
We love that.
defense. She's a shielder and a healer. We love to see it.
Ooh, is that the thick one
Mm-hmm.
though?
Hmm?
Is that the thick one?
No, that's Mona who you're talking about. Maybe. Let's say, let me pull up a picture. Mona Magistus. I'm sorry, Mona Magistus.
That's
Why did her character design caked up like that? Like, that's crazy. I'm trying to get like her. That's why I go to the gym. I'm trying to get like Mona Magistus. All right, I'll show a picture of Noelle, I guess. Um, I feel like it's kind of silly, but she's like best girl. Everyone is guaranteed a Noelle. So if you start playing Genshin at all, you will have a Noelle.
I
There
think
she
I
is.
yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I sure did get Noel.
Cutie. Yeah, she's fantastic. She's a Claymore user. She's a Geo character, defense, and then the higher her defense is, the more she heals. She's fantastic. I haven't used her since early game, but I think I'm about to rebuild her because starting to do the Spiral Abyss now, and I need a
Mm.
second healer, like real bad, real bad. So yeah, that's Noelle. She's great. She's just a sweetheart. Has a good night shield.
We
She's just
love that.
iconic. We love it. The next character is going to be Kobato from the anime Kobato. So she's
Nice.
the titular character. It's basically a story. This girl, she just appears one day in the world, like grown up. Like, she's not born, she just appears. She's grown. Um, and she has a companion with her named Yogi. And basically, he's there to help her on her journey. She's supposed to help people heal their broken hearts so
Oh,
that they can and with every broken heart that she heals, or every person that she helps, she gets these little like gems, and she puts it in a jar. She calls them competo because they look like a certain candy. She has to fill up the jar by the end of 4 seasons. like the seasons of the year, in order to have her wish granted. The thing is, though, like she was, so basically she was reborn into this world, but she's, you know, an adult. But the thing is, though, she doesn't know what the wish is. So she just has to blindly believe that she wanted this so bad that she would do this, you know?
Wow.
But obviously, she's an adult, she's in the world, she has to, you know, provide for herself. She can't just live in the kids' playground where she just randomly landed for the rest of her life. So she gets a job at a preschool. And she's like, I figure I'll encounter a lot of people that way. And at the preschool's kind of in financial troubles. They're in danger of like closing and stuff like that. Um, and there's a guy there who works at the preschool, and I guess he used to go there too, maybe, I don't know. But basically, he's just like, he's trying to do all that he can to try to save the preschool. Like he works a couple different jobs so that he can try to provide money to help out with like whatever the financial. Why am I pushing up my glasses? I don't have them on for glare purposes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Um, but so at first he's like, if you're not serious about like working here and doing what's best for these kids, like so that we can keep this preschool around, he's like, you don't need to be here. Like he's very stern, like he's about his business. Like it's very, I guess, a special place to him. And she's just like, anyway, she's just like having a good time. She's just a positive little person. And so basically they start to grow fond of one another, and she wants to know if she can change her wish because she wants to be able to stay with him.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're in love. But the the messenger from the heavens said, no, you're not allowed to change your wish. Sucks to suck. She finishes what she has to do, and literally the second to last episode is him running towards her as she's being like beamed up. Like I literally, the first time I watched the show, I fucking bawled my eyes out. I was shaking, crying, throwing up, climbing up the walls. Like I was crying. It was so visceral. I was also like an emo teen. So that might have been why. But so I took myself, I had to have a moment to collect myself. And then as soon as you watch the next episode, it's like a like, you know how they had that short recap. I'm crying again. I'm crying again. And then it basically ends that, I guess her wish originally was that they would be together forever, because in the next world or life that she's born into, they meet again. And he goes, took you long enough this time. It's like so cute. It's
I need to
so
watch
cute.
it. I have to
I
watch it.
used like 3 or 4 years in a row, I would rewatch it every spring. So I'm totally down to watch it, like, and rewatch it with you because it's so good. And I will, and it's a Clamp production, and you know, Clamp makes those tear jerkers, but it's
Yeah.
just like, and then also the manga, there's more backstory because her companion Yoriogi, he also has his own thing. Like he's actually being punished by the gods for like trying to revolt or something like that. And so him and all
Oh.
his co-conspirators were turned into animals. But he's turned into a stuffed animal because he was the ringleader of it all. Yeah, it's like there's a whole other backstory that's like, okay, like what happened with that sort of news. Um, so yeah. But she's like literally just she's ditzy for sure. Um, she's definitely ditzy, but like she's just a sweet person. Like she's just a pure soul, I guess. Like
It's a sweetheart.
and so, and like literally, like I feel like Kobato is like maybe one of the lesser known ones because I don't feel like people talk about it that much. But yeah, I will always sing the praises of Kobato. Oh, so good.
That's a sweetheart.
And
I'm
my
definitely gonna watch that. We need to watch that together.
yes, yes, it's so good. And my last best girl is like the best girl that everybody knows, Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. And if you don't know Fruits Basket, like what are you really doing? It's literally an iconic
I need
anime
to
and manga
finish Fruits
from the early
Basket.
2000s. It just got a remake.
I
It
know.
just got a
Oh,
remake. And also the first time, so the first original like Fruits Basket animation, we didn't get the entire manga in it. We just got part of it up to a certain point, and then it was
yeah.
just like, okay, whatever. And so I remember when I was younger, I was reading the manga online, like, and finished it and stuff. And I don't remember all the particulars about how she like technically broke the curse, but that's neither here nor there. Toru Honda is also like literally an embodiment of purity. She is such a sweet, compassionate person. Like literally when people don't like her first reaction is like, oh, why don't they like me? That makes me, she's thinking about that person and why they're reacting that way. She is like, I guess she'd like be an empath, right?
I
Like
guess.
she cries
Yeah.
on the behalf of other people, like when she sees other people or something. And like the fact that, like, okay, I was thinking about this when I was gonna present her. I'm like the concept of like generational trauma. When you have these people who like have this generational trauma ingrained in them, being rejected by their family, being rejected by their parents, because like in the case of Momiji, like his mother could like wasn't from their family. She could not handle the fact that he was born into one of the zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he can't even live with his mother and his father and his sister, like the only one of them that knows that he's related to them is his sister. I mean, is his dad. Like it's so sad. Like, and he has to watch that happen. Even Kyo, the cat, is always ostracized. Like they literally live and they're confined. Like in the zodiac, yeah. So like he's literally trying to live as much life as he can before he has to be basically imprisoned. And for what? So it's just like between the generational trauma of it all and just her being able to like these people are just like, well, this is just my life, this is what it is. And she's like, this isn't right, like this should not be what it
Right.
is. So like she's just like that, she does so much for other people to the point that like she forgets about herself. And I'm glad that she ended up like I remember seeing stuff when I was younger and it was like everybody was kind of rooting for Yuki. And then I see people who weren't really rooting for Yuki because he sees her almost like a mother because he's estranged from his parents. Like he never had that nurturing aspect of a parent.
Yeah.
Um, and then with as far as Kyo, he's like, why is this girl like paying so much attention to me? Like, oh my God. So he's paying attention to her and and he's looking out for her. Like obviously they're both looking out for her, but I think that Kyo does it in a way that he's like, yo, like almost like how you have like a friend bully you to like eat some food and drink some water. Like
Right.
Kyo's kind of like that to her. So yeah.
That makes sense. She sounds
My
like a
other favorite
sweet
girl.
girl.
Yeah, she
I
is like,
finish Fruits Basket, but I plan on finishing it because I need to watch the rewatch. The remake. I want to watch the remake.
The remake is very, very close. I would say to just watch the reanimation. It's obviously the manga is completed. It's pretty much it's pretty much
Yeah.
everything that's in there. It's obviously the only thing that's missing just in general is usually like some dialogue, but you get the general gist of the story. So yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy your three best girls as they are in fact best girls. We love them. They're
We
wonderful.
do love them.
So let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritties. So how was the experience of coming up with your three, spending time to come up with your three favorites and like trying to create that?
Stressful. Because well, I mean, not like necessarily stressful because they came to mind very quickly. I think the aspect of it that was stressful was trying to make a PowerPoint, which, as you can see, didn't
Did
happen.
not happen. And that's
See
perfectly
what had
fine.
happened was, I got two jobs.
Yeah, you got two jobs, and on top of that, you are one of the busiest people I know. I don't know
It's
when
crazy
you are
because
at
sometimes
home.
I feel like it's crazy though because sometimes I feel like all I do like is sit around on my ass sometimes. But the only reason why I do that is because I literally work so much.
Yeah.
So like to like usually I end up doing my meal prepping and stuff on Monday nights
Hmm.
because after working or whatever on Saturday and working basically all week, like I'm like, yo, I just want to relax. And so I sit in my house and play Genshin on Sundays. But I was like, the cycle stops now. It stops now.
No, I definitely like Sundays are the days that I spend to myself. Like it is for I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything at all, really. Saturdays I
Yeah.
might go out like see people and like hang out and stuff and like, do fun shit. But like Sunday, I really don't got no plans. And if I do got plans, it better involve food.
Yeah. And it's like, cause like, yeah, I was just like I just I don't know. It's like I gotta find the time and figure that out. But at the end of the day, my schedule is gonna be changing next year. So because I will only
Yeah.
be working one job
Yeah.
and replacing a job with a job I don't get paid for.
Basically volunteer work, but it's okay.
Exactly. But yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's just hmm?
so like good God, words were there and now they're gone. Mm.
Words, a letter and a letter on a string. I don't remember
Right.
the rest of the
Okay.
song.
So I wanted to talk about content creation and just basically because you also are a content creator. Um First of all, let's give a shout out to your content creation anyway. Don't make that face. You are still technically a content creator.
I'm on
Stop it.
hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm unfortunately on an indefinite hiatus because, like I said, I have two jobs.
You got two jobs, yeah.
Yeah.
But like REBMUE is still out there. The videos are still out there.
Yeah, they exist. They're there.
I still watch. I watched the Captain Marvel one because I needed to see if I could do that look, and I can't.
Aww. I remember those. Those are like my
um,
little baby videos that I started out with. That's crazy.
yeah, that was one of my favorites. I was like, oh my god, I love this look, and I just
I'm gonna have to
couldn't
do
do
like
it.
updated versions of looks because like I feel like I have more skill and finesse now. I feel like a little bit. So maybe I should like recreate some of those at some point. But when I
You
have
def-
time. But
yeah, you definitely a lot. Like you have gotten a lot better. You were already really good, but like over throughout the
well,
years,
thank
you have
you.
gotten way better.
Well, thank you.
And you're so good at doing like different kinds of looks. Like I don't have an everyday
Mhm,
look anymore. I don't know. Sometimes when I do my face, I do too much,
mhm. I was
and
telling you
I
just
don't
the
know.
other day. I said I don't know how to like when I do makeup, I cannot do like I can do minimal makeup, but my minimal makeup is still involved. Like I can't just be like I feel like I used to once upon a time be able to be like, yeah, tinted moisturizer. Maybe put a little powder in the center of my face and brows. Yay! No, it has to be like a base product, a concealer, and maybe that.
Yes.
So like it also depends on what I'm using. So like, okay, the other night when I was talking to you and I was going out, I was like, yeah, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna put on the Danessa Myricks brows and mascara, some gloss.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's do that. No. I put on the Danessa Myricks and I put on the brows. I did the gloss. I did mascara. I also did concealer and I also used some bronzer and I also used liquid highlight and I also used powdered highlight. Did it look like I did all that though? No, it didn't look like it though. And then my summer like simple routine is usually like a tinted powder, like a setting powder with a tint to it, to help like with moisture absorption. And then I'll do my concealer or whatever,
Right.
and then brows, mascara, blush, bronzer. Like I don't know, I just cannot be like completely simple. It's either all or nothing.
Right. But I'm
I
so
could do a
excited
complete
for
base
like
and no eye, but
I'm excited for you to go back to like content creation and like talk about this in depth and like because I want to watch it while I do my makeup. Like because I
yeah,
miss
like
doing my makeup with my best friend.
I know. Oh, I miss like being with a bunch of like women and like femmes and just like getting ready for the night. Like it's always so fun.
It's always
I
fun.
don't leave my house anymore.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I don't really go out too much.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the other issue with like making beauty related content is that at this point everything has been done.
mm,
Like everything's been done. Like we have 12 million thousand billion tutorials. And granted, that doesn't mean that people don't need or want a tutorial from you specifically, but it's like they have so many other options to choose from. So you got to make sure your
mhm,
shit is like good, good. And then
right.
like and then it's like, okay, like I've actually fallen off with a lot of makeup launches because we've seen almost everything at this point. Like, I'm sorry, like I was on like Twitter and Instagram during that like 2016, 17 like boom of micro influencers. And some of the people who I interacted with definitely have like gone on and like blown up. Some of them are still like micro, but getting a lot of notoriety and have lots of connections, which is like fantastic. And I love to see people I actually give a fuck about win.
There was
Um,
that big explosion with like beauty content creators back when like Norvina was doing that PR
because
thing.
all the PR list, and that's why I have a lot of my Twitter mutuals. They're from that era, and like I'm sorry, but like that era, it was so many man, it was so many um eyeshadow launches. I'm sorry, we don't
Mhm.
need any more eyeshadow palettes unless you're a
Yeah,
new brand. I do not want an eyeshadow palette from you. Give me complexion, give me skin prep, give me
sure.
bronze, give me glow, like give me lips. Give me cheeks. Listen, ELF stands for eyes, lips, face. Give me eyes, lips, face. I mean, granted, like, I don't know. It's just, and I mean, at this point, like, there's not really a lot of innovative or new, interesting products.
Exactly.
Like, the latest things that have been like new and interesting, like, granted, I'd always wanted to try Danessa Myricks because she had those, the creams, the liquid, like all over kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I wanted to try those for ages. Like, but when we were in college, I was broke and that was like a lot.
Yo, when we were in college, we were
Um,
doing the best we could.
exactly. And I'm saying, but and then so we're doing the best we could. But it's like okay, but then Nessa Mars came out with that blurring balm. That's different. That is different from other complexion products that we have seen, and it is
Yeah.
so nice. If y'all don't have the Danessa Myricks blurring yummy skin balm, this is free promo. So if you want to send me something,
Period.
you want to send me a lifetime supply. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But like, it's so
Right.
nice because it's like your skin but better, and it has like enough coverage to like cover up certain blemishes. Like I have some dark
Mhm.
spots on the side of my face, and it covers those up, but it's still not super heavy, and it's so
That's what I
lightweight.
like.
Oh my gosh,
That's
it's
what
so good.
I love that.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It is dreamlike. I don't think I need any other skin like product anymore ever. I mean, granted, I'm going to use all the stuff I have, but
Right.
it's going to be a repeat purchase for me.
So, speaking of your content creation, what is like your most favorite thing you've made on
I am. Oh, will you
your
finish your
channel?
shot?
I should say.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say like I'm like, are you finished the shot? Because I didn't want to like interrupt you. Sorry, Milo's staring at me. Can I help you?
Milo.
He can't hear you out the headphone, in, girl.
Damn.
He's just looking at me.
Why is
He
he
want to
such
be
a?
in. He want to be in my face so bad. He want to be in my face so bad. Um. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Let me get back on track. So I want to say it's not one specific video, but it's like it was the video that made me like it clicked for me like what I want to do content wise. It's just a matter of finding the time, um, and energy. The energy is coming back though. I'm having a lot of energy lately, a lot of motivation. Like to just do, and I'm just doing general elections. But okay, this is beside the point. Beside the point. When I started doing the makeup and anime content, that's when I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like I enjoyed doing it. So like I really want to like when I start back again, I'm gonna start doing that, and I'm probably gonna start doing stuff about like some manga too because I've been reading a lot more manga lately than I've watched anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, like once I can really like get into it, like I can't wait to start back with like the anime and makeup videos. So I'm
I
just
do really enjoy those. Like the videos where people are like doing their makeup and they're just giving a story. Like they're telling us a story.
yeah,
Because
like
like
I
I love
absolutely
to
love
follow along
Bailey
with my
Sterry.
own makeup. It's like hanging out.
Exactly. Like I love watching murder mystery makeup. I don't care what you just have to say about Bailey Sarian. Love her to pieces. Love
I
her
love
down.
Bailey.
So like I like her videos. Danielle Kirsty, she also does true crime and makeup. She's like from across the
Does, yeah.
pond, across the pond. Kenny JD does bad movies in a beat. And when I tell you that is like my favorite, like oh, I look forward to Saturday so much. I'd be like, yeah, after work, I'm gonna watch the new bad movies in a beat. Or sometimes it's good movies in a glam.
We love that.
Yeah,
A
and
good
then
glam.
lately she's been talking about Love Is Blind, so she's been doing like the reality with those, so it's fun.
Yo, everyone is on Love is Blind. I need to get into
Yeah, I mean,
it.
I don't
Apparently.
have Netflix anymore, so I don't watch it. But like, I've been seeing all about it, and her recap is very thorough. So I feel like I watched it with everybody else.
Okay. I need to watch her stuff
But
too to catch up.
yes, I love Kenny JD. Her music is so good.
She making
Like,
music?
Yeah, she makes music. And like, the YouTubers, all them white boys that will start rapping from YouTube.
Oh
Yuck.
yeah.
Kenny
Mm.
JD. Mm. Attention, attention, attention. All eyes on me. Attention, attention, attention. I came here to be seen. I ain't get dressed up just to look good. I got dressed up just to feel good. I got dressed up to make hoes mad. And if you do it bad, then I wish you would. When I walk in, I cause a commotion. You see me, I see your devotion. Standing tall, my legs a distraction. You want me, and I'm all right. It's so good. That's her latest song that she released. It's so good. It's in my workout
I,
playlist.
I had no idea that this girl made music, but I'll check it out.
Yes. Oh well, you don't
Um
use Spotify, so I can't send it to you.
I'm a oh Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
You find a lot more smaller artists on there.
that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
yeah.
So okay, so I was having I don't know if anyone ever actually noticed, but I took 2 weeks off of the Ramen Bowl. Um, so basically, I wanted to talk to you about content creation and mental health, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
have been thinking about how am I going to push to create when my girl, I've been sad. So
Mm-hmm.
how do I push through making like doing all this stuff and I'm still sad. And I was talking to my work wife about it and she was like, "Girl, you can still keep moving and be sad the whole time." And something about that conversation like changed how I approached my creation to the ramen
Mm-hmm.
bowl and like and I keep referencing the Ramen Bowl because it is like it's right currently is my biggest art form right now. But also
Mm-hmm.
like with like just with my music also because I'm auditioning again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing with all of my art and all of the things that I'm doing, I carry my emotions into it. And I appreciate it because it's still creation. There's no requirement for my creation to always be joy filled or happy.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that's saying that I have to create content that is fake. Like I don't have to do all of
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't have to hide away from my sad. And that felt like a relief to me because she's right. I can keep doing these things, and unfortunately, I can carry my sad with me,
Yeah.
and that is a lot. It is relieving to me because I don't have to fight my sad every day to create.
Mm-hmm.
I can create and still be sad. I can be sad and still do what I'm doing. And I don't have to fight with it. I can bring it with me.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like it's a bad idea, but like I said, my art does not have to be happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm singing or I'm practicing my music and I have this weight of the sadness that I'm feeling, I don't fight it. I don't fight the sad that I'm feeling. I bring it with me into my practice. I
Mm-hmm.
still practice. It's still practice. It's still me making or creating. I'm still doing. I'm just sad while I do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of changed how I was able to get back into doing the ramen bowl again.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the weight of sad is too heavy to fight all the time. And lately, sometimes it feels like I have nothing to give. Sometimes things feel inauthentic. It feels like a chore. And that's when I know I need to step away from creating. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of like weeks or so, code switching naturally is going to go on a hiatus. We're going to take a
Mm-hmm.
break. During that time, I'm going to deal with my
Yeah.
sad. We're going to, we're going to work through some
Yeah.
sad. I just can't, I'm just gonna carry it with me
Mm-hmm.
right now because I'm not gonna fight it. I have my therapy and all of like my psych, all that psych stuff going on, but like I'm not fighting it. I'm too tired to do that right
Mm-hmm.
now. So my question for you is how has mental health affected your content creation process?
Well, I don't know. I feel like for me, like content creation is something that brings me joy. Like, so it helps my sad, like, be less sad. It depends on what exactly I'm doing though. So, like, when it comes to like music related stuff, it's difficult for me. Like when it comes to writing, like I can like when it comes to classical and stuff like that, I can practice and be like, I don't give a shit, like whatever. Like I just gotta practice. Sometimes it can
Yeah.
affect your voice just because like the way you're feeling your emotions are felt in your body. Your voice is part of your body, so it can be affecting that. But when
Right.
it comes to writing, I don't really know. Like I lately have been like not consistently, but I have been journaling some. Um and like, I mean, lately I've had a lot more good days than bad days, but sometimes like when there's something on my mind or like irritating me, like I'll write something down. Um, because what I really want to do is like kind of look back on those things and use that for the project that I'm working on. So
Right.
it's like when I feel it, I'm gonna write it, and then when I'm like level headed and calm, like I'm gonna look through it. I'm like maybe I'll find some art in it. I don't know. But when it comes to like, excuse me, so when I was making YouTube videos, I definitely like it was hard to bring myself to film if I'm like having one of those like days, one of those moments.
Yeah.
Um, just because it's like when for me, it's like because it's something I enjoy so much. If my heart's not in it that day, I'm like, yo, I just not gonna do it. Let me do something that I want to do that, that I'll feel okay while doing. Because also the other thing is for me, I don't want to bring no, I'm not gonna say my bullshit, but like my turmoil into what I want other people to enjoy. Because if I'm not enjoying myself, they're not gonna enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
So but
I
I will
think
say, like streaming, I could probably stream. Like when I was doing streaming, I could probably stream if I'm in a bad mood because it's something about like interacting with people live. Like it's
mhm,
so like it's fun and it's better for me. It's better than YouTube because it's like when you're doing YouTube, it's okay. I sat here, I filmed for an hour and a half, and I got to sit here and edit for probably double to three times that time to like get things cut whatever out and then make things look a
right.
certain way, put stuff in. I said, yo, after that, then I gotta wait and look at, my 38 views,
Right.
except for I have two videos that did real well, freakishly well. And it did not like bring up people to other stuff. My hair dye review of Good Dye Young Haley Williams
Oh
brand.
yeah.
That's because I clickbaited. I got like so many views on that. And then my B stars because I think at that point I'd learned the art of clickbait.
Yes.
Because B stars, I was like, I'm a furry.
That
Not
was
as hardcore as
great.
some people, but I love an anthropomorphic. You know, Genshin has a couple anthropomorphic animal people. Love
I
them
will.
pieces.
I'm not gonna lie. I love B stars. I don't. People are gonna talk shit about it because like furries, but like, listen, it's a good fucking show. Okay,
Right. I didn't watch season
good
two though. I
show.
need to watch season two, but it was an enjoyable show.
Yeah, I liked it.
So
Fuck the furry thing.
fuck the B stars haters. If liking B
um,
stars means I'm a furry and I'm proud. But
proud.
but yeah, so it's like it's kind of nice. I did enjoy streaming a little bit more than I enjoyed making long form content because it was it was like like having a conversation. And
Exactly.
because I streamed a bit like when I was streaming in the little bit of time that I was doing it during quarantine. It was nice to interact with people when,
Mhm.
I'm literally at home and the only people I'm interacting with is like my students on Zoom, my co-teacher, and my mom. Like it's
Right.
nice to talk to other people who I don't
Yeah,
see every day,
and I think that's
you
honestly
know.
also the benefit of having like internet friends who also are like doing stuff. Like it is so much
Hmm.
better,
Yeah.
so much better than like
And
talk to the
it's like,
same people every day.
yeah, and it's like between the encouragement and then stuff like that, like so keeping each
Yeah,
other like going with stuff.
and that's also like what was my idea with with the ramen bowl. Like when I first started doing it, it was just me talking about anime, and I was like, it was fun, but like it wasn't as fun as like as it is now, like where I'm talking to. It's basically interview style. I hate calling
Hmm.
it interview. It's hanging out with my friends. I
Yeah, it's conversation
videotape me.
because it's nothing. Yeah, it's like because I mean, back in the day, it feels crazy calling it back in the day, but it was back in the day. Like we used to sit there and we'd like watch anime together and like we'd hang out and like talk about all kinds of shit and talk about different anime. Like and it's nice to do that, like to spend time with other people doing stuff that we both like. or that we
Yeah.
all like, because it used to be a big ass group of us.
So with that being said, I spent like the first maybe like first few episodes of the Ramen Bowl just trying to get stuff together. The problem with like me and my mental health and like my battle with it is if I'm not feeling it, I fall out of being habitual. Like with like content creation, especially
Mm-hmm.
you have to, if you say you're gonna put out videos on Wednesdays, you need to be putting out these videos on Wednesdays.
Exactly.
And
And it's like,
consistent.
it's rough. And it's like, and jumbling everything else around at the same time. Like I know with one, I'm not trying to, I don't want anybody to take my ideas. So I'm not going to say what I was going to do, but it was going to be something that I was going to do on a certain day of the week. So I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, like with life and my schedule and work, I don't have time to do that.
Exactly.
It's like a little bit of
It's hard to
free
make
time that I
time.
have, a little bit of free time that I have like between the two jobs. Okay, Monday, usually Tuesdays and Friday. Yo, I gotta cook food. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta wash clothes. I need to sleep because I'm tired. Like, so it's just a matter of like, I don't know. It's like I feel like if I just had the one job, I'd definitely be able to do it. Like
Yeah.
I could film one day and then the next couple of days edit, upload, whatever, and like
Yeah.
repeat the process. But I think it's just like the fact that it's two, and then there's like some nights where I'm working both jobs, or and then the
Mm-hmm.
I learned like COVID and like quarantine taught me work life balance because
Facts.
I was cramming so much in. Like I want to say I was sporadically uploading videos, but I also was working both jobs 7 days a week. So like Monday through
Mm-hmm.
Friday, I'm at the school. Saturday, Sunday, I'm working 9 hour shifts at the store, like back at it again. I was sick all the time. I was sad as fuck. I was trying to pursue a relationship with somebody and I had no time for them. Like, and that wasn't fair to them. And it wasn't fair to me to not have time for myself. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, granted, do I still work a lot? Yes, but I make sure that I am like, okay, you know what? I have my Monday evenings off. I have most of my Tuesday evenings off. I
Mm-hmm.
could take that time to get what needs to be done. Or if I just want to like sit, if I'm gonna pick my nose and scratch my ass, I will, you know? So
We love that.
like those, my Friday nights I keep free. I really don't do nothing, but it's
Mm-hmm.
free, you
Right.
know? And then Sundays completely, like Sundays, no work at all. I mean, if I am going to do work, it's going to be like working out or like doing stuff that I need to do to prepare myself for the week. Like I was just telling you
Right.
before we hopped on here, I was like, I didn't even go to the gym yet. I'll probably go after this. I was like, you know what? Let's go get some groceries. Let's meal prep on Sunday instead of Monday so that I have
Mm-hmm.
to buy food on Monday, save a couple of dollars, you know? So,
Right.
yeah.
So with like I said, with like for the first few months of me doing the Ramen Bowl, it was like I guess you could say it was trial and error. Like
Mm-hmm.
to come up with like, oh, do I need a script? Do I not need a script? Am I just gonna start rambling? Like all that kind of stuff. So there's always a whole bunch of, especially when you're small, a bunch of fucking trial and error. So do you
Yeah.
think that kind of trial and error affects your mental health whenever you're like in the process of?
Not really. Um, for me, like the trial and error figure stuff out because at the end of the day, I was just enjoying like being like, yo, like I put together a video and I edited and I
Yeah.
uploaded it. Um, and then like I realized it not necessarily affect like mental. It's just like, okay, it's making me think. I'm using my brain. Like, what is going to
Yeah.
make this easier for me in the long run? Stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I was just like doing makeup looks, edit it real quick, cut a couple things out, speed it up, put some music behind it, shit, whatever. But then when I got to
Honestly,
the point where I was like, okay, like makeup, just doing makeup itself is not gonna do it, like, you know. And I was like,
yeah.
how would I like? So I did some sit down videos where I was just kind of like chatting, like just chatting, get ready with me type things. And I was just kind of like whatever about that because people are like, okay, get ready for me. I'm like, get ready for what? Get ready to sit in my living room and watch TV. So it's
I
like,
was gonna
I'm
film
like,
a get ready for me, and I was exactly like that. Get ready for what?
get ready for what? It's like, what am I doing a life update for? I have no social life because I work 2 jobs. But when I started doing the anime videos, that's when I kind of got like the more of the trial and error type thing. Because it's like obviously if you enjoy creating content, you just enjoy creating content regardless. But then it's like when you're like, okay, like what is it that really like does it for me, and that other people also seem to enjoy. And I really like the first anime video I think I did, whichever one it was. I don't think I had notes for it. I didn't do a script, but I didn't have notes, and I kind of just like I was jumping around in the plot, like because I was just remember something. I'd be like, oh, like, and then like I'd be like, oh, well, this is related to something that happened earlier, and this related to that. So I was like, okay, like maybe I should write myself some notes to keep myself on track. And so I did that, and that helped a lot. But the issue with that is that it felt like while I was watching anime, it made it feel like, you know, like when you're in school and they're like, we're gonna watch this video in class, but you need to write some notes on it.
Exactly.
That's what it started to feel like. And I was like, shit, like, but yeah, that's the only thing that kind of like was frustrating about it. But I don't know.
Honestly, I can't say that like with like the at least for me like the ramen bowl or anything like, or even with code switching, I can't say that my mental health is affected by the trial and error of that. Just because like I enjoy learning, and like the failures that we have, or what the failures that we go through with content creation, they're fun for me because it means
Exactly.
it's
And
like
they're a
a
learning lesson.
figure out. Like
exactly, because it's like, okay, like why didn't this work for us? So it's like, okay, we're trying something new. Did it work? Did it not work? It's like, did other people enjoy it? Did it help us do better? Like stuff like that. So like at the end of
and
the day,
I'll
it's
be
like, okay,
honest,
I
no
did
matter
this.
what video I put out, if it's put out, I'm proud of that video. It could look terrible, but you don't know how much work went into it. Like if it's
Exactly.
something that it's a new concept or something like that, listen, I'm still very proud of that video. It may look bad to you.
Exactly. But the other thing is also like every YouTube like video and stuff. Ooh, where the camera went? Bloopers. But like every content creator started somewhere. Because I'm sorry, like, okay, yeah, y'all got the 4K HD 12,000 megabytes per second, frames per second camera now. But back in 2010, when YouTube first started, or actually was it 2005?
You
Like
were making videos
y'all
in
was
your
recording
bedroom.
on videos. You was using that damn flip phone camera on that damn video. You didn't edit it at all. Like my whole thing is like, I mean, obviously, yeah, like content creation has been around long enough that like, okay, there is a certain amount of quality you should have, but like you can't sit there and be mad at somebody because at the end of the day, like that equipment, they invest in it because they've made money and stuff like that from their channels, from their content. So I'm sorry.
Until
I start making some money, I'm gonna use these little lights from Amazon.
Period.
I'm gonna film on this iPad. On this iPad too. And it'll cost a lot of money too.
Until it starts paying me back, okay?
Because my original goal, like if content for me, like let's say that if when I started making content in college, if I had immediately done anime and makeup content, if I immediately started there and like it blew up and I had money to invest immediately, yo, best believe like any money that like my plan was like any money I end up making at all from this would go back into this. Like it wouldn't be, you know, like it would be some money. Even when I was working and like okay, still making videos. I'm like, if I were to happen to make any money off of this, like I have my job still. My job would be what gets me my money, and then this would be my passion thing, and I would just update things and get new things as I'm able to invest more based on what I make. But yeah,
I mean, honestly, it is an expensive experience. It is an expensive.
It's an expensive hobby.
I refer to it as a second job.
Yeah.
It's
if you're
almost
being consistent with it, it's definitely it's definitely another job. But I mean, when you're inconsistent like me, it's a hobby. And at the end of the day, all hobbies are expensive.
Yes. You are gonna be, and that's one of the things. Like, I have a lot of friends who are like, "Oh, I wanna, I wanna make videos. I wanna do this, that, and the third." Like, you're gonna spend something, whether it's time, money, or resources or effort. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
spend something, and you're going to be like, you're gonna weigh the consequences of whether and the pros and cons of whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah.
You can't really do that with like creating something for fun. You can't be
Yeah.
like, well, there's the pros and cons of that. No, you're doing this for fun. Unfortunately, you will spend something out of that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's worth it at the end of the day. At least I feel like it's worth it because I really do enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
It makes me,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is the conversation of content creation and mental health. Um, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I want to give you a huge commendation because, first of all, I have literally over the years watched you save your own life, like because of health. Like I've watched you save yourself. You are so amazing to me. You inspire me so much.
You're gonna make me
You are
cry. Stop it.
my favorite fucking soprano ever in the world. Um, Forever. My favorite soprano. And as far as mental health goes, we've watched each other go through a lot of rough patches because we've been through a
Yeah.
lot together.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that I'm just so fucking happy to see you thriving and happy.
Yeah.
And every time I hear you say the words that I'm happy or I'm better, I am like, I have a jolt of joy because I know how much you fought to get there and you continue to fight to be there and to be here. And I'm so happy that you are here. I love
Somebody put
you.
there's some hydro in here. Who started playing? Who opened up Genshin? It's some hydro in here.
Crying. But yeah, I'm so happy that you are here because you could have not been, and that's amazing to
I tell
me.
my friend, I tell some of my newer, like all my friends, I said, y'all very likely possibly did not would never have met me if it weren't for the people that I have in my life, like you and my cousin and stuff like that. I'm like, it's very possible. I'm like, shit, it's very possible that you could have never met me.
I mean, honestly,
If the weapons that were formed against me had prospered,
if we
it is
prospered,
Sunday. It is Sunday.
listen, don't get me to preaching. You're right.
Listen.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining me on my ramen bowl. Now let's say bye so that we can continue to talk shit because I'm pretty sure we have more shit to talk. Yeah,
Probably.
thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or
Bye, you
concerns, you
guys.
can yeah, you
Queries,
guys should
quandaries of any kind.
you know, check out Sucre. Literally, I will put your socials, below the video. Please check out their makeup content. They're funny on fucking Twitter.
I'm fucking feral on Twitter.
Feral and hilarious.
Feral and unhinged.
Yeah, thank you again, once again. Oh yeah, don't forget to join the Discord. Come by with the tribe. Links in the description below. Thank you once again. And if you want to fight about our opinion, you're free to do so in the comments below. Bye.
Bye.
Nigga.
Not my fucking little ad libs. Down below. Fight. I hit the fucking Hajime no Ito.
I love that.
Ippo. It's a piece. I just got Arataki Ito on the brain.